Monday, September 18th, 2017, 6 p.m. The meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees is open. Representing the quorum tonight are way over there, Ms. Reitmeyer, Ms. Kathy Arlano,
Who was in the right seat.
Mr. Steve Simchak, Mr. Rick Mann, and myself, Bill Pilkington. Before we go into closed session, we have an action item regarding the change in our regular monthly date for September. May I have a motion to ratify and approve conducting our regular September board meeting today due to the catastrophic flooding from Hurricane Harvey? Second. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay, now as provided by the Texas Government Code, the Board of Trustees will go into closed session in accordance with sections 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney regarding all matters as authorized by law, including board governance. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.074, discussing employment, evaluation, or discipline of personnel, including board governance and including superintendent evaluation and contract. 551.076, discussing security personnel and devices. 551.082, discussing disciplinary matters or complaints regarding school children and or school district employees. Discussing 551.0821, discussing personally identifiable information about public school students. And 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. The Board of Trustees will reconvene at approximately 7 p.m. May I have your attention, please? Okay, good evening. It's now 7:10 p.m. and the meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees is reconvened. If you've not already done so, would you please silence your cell phones so we may be able to proceed accordingly? Thank you all for joining us. We're always glad when the public comes out to see us. We're a school district. Actually, we hit 53,000 students.
We did. We hit 53,000.
Approximately 7,000 employees and a little over 25,000 active volunteers, all working to make sure that every kid enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. So our shared vision is something that's, it's important to all of us here on the board, all of our administrators, and we really appreciate the trust that you've given us. So you'll note on tonight, our agenda, any school district resident, employee, vendor, or potential vendor has the opportunity to address the Board of Trustees for 4 specific reasons. If anyone in the audience would like to address the audience, please come forward, meet with our secretary, Mr. Ronnie Anderson, to put your name down. Do we have any? Okay. Do we have any scouts in the audience tonight? Okay. So tonight, Mr. Mann will lead us in prayer, followed by Ms. Reitmeyer, who will lead us in the pledges of allegiance to the United States flag and the flag of Texas. Mr. Mann?
Will you join me in prayer, please? Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening asking for your blessings on this meeting of the leadership of the Klein ISD. We ask for your guidance to our decisions so that they may be in the best interest of the students, the faculty, the administration, parents, and taxpayers of the school district. Father, we thank you for the outstanding opportunities that you provide to each and every one of us daily living in this community, also in this state and this nation where freedom is our key word in our lives. Father, I'd ask that you watch over each and every one here tonight as we leave this evening and also maintain safe passage to all of our men and women in the armed forces that are in harm's way. Bring each of them home safe and soon. Father, I ask all of these things in your Son's holy name. Amen.
Amen. If you will join me in a pledge to the American flag, followed by the pledge to the Texas flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You bet.
That's right. I'm with him.
So school board meetings must be conducted in accordance with strict Texas laws. For example, we can't vote on any item in private. We have to do, all voting is held in public. In fact, actually, we may not publicly discuss any item that does not appear on the agenda. And all of these are related to the laws of Texas. We are able to privately discuss items regarding personnel, discipline of students, acquisition of school sites, matters of school security, and specific items requiring legal advice. However, the final vote must be in complete view of the public. Please understand, this meeting is for the board to have a discussion, deliberate, take action. I'd ask that you please refrain from making any comments or public demonstration during the meeting. The superintendent, in consultation with the board president, prepared the agenda and notice of meeting, which are distributed to each trustee 1 week before the Monday night meeting. So if any of the individual members have questions, they will call the superintendent prior to the meeting to get further explanations. Therefore, on many of the items that we'll be talking about tonight, it may seem like we're moving kind of quick. That's because we've actually had a week to already go over all the items in advance and answer any of our questions. We do appreciate the trust that you've bestowed upon us, and we look forward to serving you. Actually, if we can begin tonight with September. I'd like to take this opportunity. We just came through Harvey. Seems like everything is, my world is now pre-Harvey, post-Harvey. But in addition to all of the wonderful Klein employees, what they did, just thank you. I'd like to also just make a special recognition if we have any first responders in the room. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize our first responders, our fire, police, EMS, and say thank you. The selfless service, putting the welfare of the community above themselves, is something that we just can't replace, and it's something from the heart. They don't do it necessarily for the money. That's just something they've done, and just want to really appreciate you for all that. Also, along those lines, people of the service here on the board, we've got some service pins to recognize. Mr. Mayor?
May I start? Would you come forward, Mr. Pilkington?
Yes.
Stand right out there so I can, is Marla here? No. Okay. It is completely my honor to present a five-year service pin to our board president, Bill Pilkington. Bill and his wife Marva started volunteering a number of years ago by reading to kindergartners. Their interest in education started a journey that led up to Bill running for the school board in 2012. And he won. He's currently serving in his second term. Now get ready. His accounting and finance degree from Texas A&M University has and continues to be a tremendous value to our board, as he has served continuously on the board's audit committee. Bill always wants to help others, and between the Ponderosa Fire Department, Boy Scouts, Chamber of Commerce, advisory boards, and now the Klein School Board, his deep commitment to the success of all students and the success of the district guides him in his daily life and as a member of the Board of Trustees. Bill is totally committed to the district's shared vision that every student enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. Please join me in congratulating Bill Pilkington.
Thank you very much. We also have, as part of our team here, many times we're called a team of 8, of the 7 elected trustees, board members, as well as our superintendent. We're very fortunate enough to have legal counsel, one that we consider a friend, but it's one of those also, so many people, nowadays you can go to Bing, go to Google, you look for the answers. We have Ask Ellen.
Very good, very
She's
good.
our oracle of all knowledge, with the right blend of knowing when to give the advice of what she's asked for, but never injecting her own opinion to anything. So we all feel very blessed to have her on the team with us. I know she's the one that we'd all like to go to fight with. We know that when she answers us, she's giving us relevant advice, timely, and we just appreciate all she's done. Our next one, this is like a first. Our longest serving board member, Mr. Rick Mann, 25 years. I think previously the longest we had was 21, 22 years, something like that. So how to say to give someone like that of what he's done, I don't know. I guess he'll be our first 30-year guy too. That's the thing we've done. It's really nice as board president to be able to talk with him to find out what he's done for past times. You know, he helps bring relevance to a lot of what we've done. Things just, I mean, here's a wealth of knowledge, and you know what? I'm gonna let you finish because you're way better than I can do it. But first, let me present this to you, please. Actually, would it be okay if you said a few things, let us know? Taking the podium. Your next speech for your campaign.
I have a couple of things I'd like to share. First and foremost, I want to go off the script, and I want to have everybody understand that we have a former board member here tonight, Mr. Larry Allen, and I'd like to recognize Mr. Allen. Actually, if anybody here plays golf, Mr. Allen has been teaching me lately. And he says that anything less than 3 over par counts as a birdie. I've been doing really well. Mr. President, board, Dr. Champion, Ms. Spalding, guests, and some very, very special guests. I'm going to read this, and I hope you'll understand. Thanks, Bill, for your kind remarks and presentation. I'm going to use those in my next campaign. I would like to introduce everybody to my daughter, Laura Hudson, my granddaughter, Lofton Lucille Hudson, and my son, Scott Mann. They are here tonight in my team. "40 years ago last month, after graduating from UT in Austin, Nancy and I brought our children to Houston to start a career. We weren't sure where to live. We actually found 2 houses that fit our needs. One was in Katy and one was in Klein. Nancy's mom worked for Austin ISD for many years, and she told us about meeting a young superintendent named Dr. Donald Collins, and that she would encourage us to move to Klein. What a blessing that was. Both of our children attended Epps Island. Laura went to Wonderlic, Scott went to Klein Intermediate, and both of them to Klein Forest. With the outstanding education from the Klein behind them, they both graduated from Stephen F. Austin as the second and third individuals in my family history to graduate from college. Now Scott has his master's in education from Lamar, and Laura has her MBA from, you guessed it, Texas A&M. I believe this all occurred because of our choice to move to Klein. One of the reasons I ran for this school board 25 years ago was to try and pay back some of the educational opportunities that Klein has provided my family. I wanted to offer any business expense that I had that I could help this district in any way possible. I want to thank you for hearing my voice, and I want to specifically thank the Klein Education Association for believing in me and supporting me. I actually won the election, and it's been a tremendous ride ever since that night. My love for this district, the history of Klein, the community, the students get stronger each and every year, seeing the successful students we graduate, and even seeing them come back to live and teach in Klein. More can be done. We're not perfect, but we're constantly moving in the right direction. We have a district that's recognized in the state and the nation as a place to move for the community, for the family, and for the education that's second to none. Your votes over these years have given me the privilege, over 25 years, of seeing the district more than double in size, from 26,000 students to over 53,000, as we talked about tonight. I've been involved in opening 16 elementary schools, 3 intermediate schools, 2 high schools, one of which is a high school elementary school, a pre-kindergarten program, and the Vistas program, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. That's a lot of growth. I've had the opportunity to work with 21 different trustees, all with the same desire to improve a wonderful school system. I actually had the opportunity for 9 years to work closely with the same Dr. Collins that my mother-in-law told me about, and he was an amazing superintendent. In total, I've enjoyed working with 4 superintendents over the years. Finally, I have a couple of thoughts to share with you, and it sounds like a Baptist preacher, I know, but I have a couple of thoughts. I've never been more proud to serve than with this Board of Trustees. We have differences of ideas, we have differences of opinions, and we disagree. We also have the ability to communicate clearly, hear and understand the differing ideas, and come to conclusions, and vote always with the best interest of the students of Klein in our hearts. This is the best supportive and caring group that I've ever worked with in 25 years. Thank you. To the community of Klein, you've got the most outstanding leadership team ever assembled. Dr. Brett Champion has brought a style of class, enthusiasm, and change for the positive that I could ever imagine. With Larry Whitehead and Dr. Jenny McGowan, we are developing teams of collaboration and achieving amazing success in all areas of the district on a high-speed level. I am, and I always have been, the most conservative and quiet member of every board for the past 25 years. But with Brett Champion's actions, his commitment, and his energy, I'm undergoing option B in my life. He's changing my lifestyle.
Oh, I knew it.
Thank you very much for this 25 years. It's an honor I cherish, since I'm the first one to receive it. I'm proud of the service, and I'm looking forward to the next 25 years to hopefully to get a 50-year pin. Thank you, and God bless Klein. Hey, we did it.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't get to mention it before, Rick is the reason I even joined the board. For several years, he'd been asking me to join, encouraging me, although actually the first year it came up was the year he was up for election. He told me, well, you might not want to go this year. I'll clean your clock. So thank you, and looking forward to serving with you more.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So next up, we have our fine principal of Mahaffey, Christy Petras, here, and she's going to do some introductions. Come on up, Christy. Bring your crew. All right. Look at those guys.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Champion, Ms. Spalding, and guests. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing two glad to be plaid students and one distinguished teacher from Mahaffey Elementary. First up is our 5th grade student, Francisco Reyes, here, and I'd like to have his family members please stand and be recognized at this time. He has his parents, Carmen and Francisco, his sister, Stephanie, his brother Angel, and his grandmother Rose. Thank you for being here. Francisco is an exceptional student. He always takes ownership of his learning and assists other students in need. He displays our plaid core values to the fullest. He is always positive, dependable, creative, and committed to his learning. And that comes straight from your teachers. He is a great representation of Mahaffey Elementary and what we stand for, so we appreciate you, Francisco, for that. And next up is another 5th grade student, Keely Hudson, and if her family and friends could please stand. She's here with her parents, Diane and Clint, and her grandfather, Billy, and her brothers, Hunter and Jace. Keely has been a member of choir and also a strong leader in the Destination Imagination team. In class, she is always managing her time well. Keely is a leader in her classroom by being a peacekeeper. She always includes others and displays our plaid core values. Keely is very creative. Her design won the grade level poster contest for Field Day last year. Even though it was her design, she worked collaboratively with the rest of the class to bring her ideas to life. Good job, Keely. Okay, and next up, I could really go off the script here, but I said I would not do that. But I want to let you know what a fantastic teacher is standing here next to me. When we were asked to pick a teacher, my assistant principal and I did not waver at all. We knew exactly who was deserving of this recognition, and it was Lisa Marilat. And she's here with her husband, Mike, and her son, David. And also, we also have a couple of her students and their parents here to help. So if you could stand as well. And I think that goes to show how awesome Miss Marilat is. Miss Marilat exemplifies passion and excellence by recognizing each student's strengths and areas of growth. As quoted by a parent, she truly loves my child and pushes her to fulfill her greatest potential. Miss Marilat is a poster child teacher for what it means to know each student by name, strength, and need. And you really are. Thank you.
Yeah, y'all come up here, guys.
Right out here in front.
Come on. They're like,
Here we go. Right here. Here we go. Here we go. We talk about everybody, how many dollars board members make every year, and our salaries. Here's our salaries right here.
Right here.
The success of the students and the teachers that are with us make this whole volunteer work just tremendous on our part. Thank you so much for supporting that. Keely, thank you for all of your hard work, and we have this certificate of recognition for you. Francisco, thank you, sir, for all of your hard work. There's a certificate. We want you to know how proud we are of you, and all these different people up here, you're going to shake their hand a little bit, but they're proud of you too. Lisa, thank you so much for being the leader that we have. Chris knows what you do. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So ready?
Here we go. There we go.
I made a big mistake a while ago, and I want to say one special thank you. My Epsilon family is here, and I didn't recognize them. So would you all please stand with me and say thank you for you all being here?
Next up, we have Mandy Land, who is here from Dory Intermediate. I believe Karen as well. Y'all come on up.
A little bit shorter here. Good evening, Dr. Champion, Mr. Pilkington, members of the board, Ms. Spalding. First, we have Kate Dyer, and she's here with her mom, dad, and brother, Blake. So could I have you all please stand? And Blake is a freshman at Klein Kane. Kate is a 7th grader at Dory, and she decided to use her passion and baking talent to raise $1,000 for hurricane victims by baking 45 dozen cupcakes and 12 dozen cookies during the storm. She donated all the proceeds to Champion Forest Baptist Church. Kate is multi-talented and also plays the piano. She likes English class best, mostly because she thinks that the teacher, Miss Phelps, is really nice, and Kate wants to attend Baylor. So Kate Dyer. Brooklyn Freeman is here with her mom and her grandparents. Her mom is a teacher at Klein High School, and her sister Madison, who's a junior at Klein High School, and her grandparents. So please stand. Brooklyn always says yes to requests for her singing talent. She has performed at over 14 Dory athletic events, 4 at Klein High School, and twice for Veterans Day events in Klein. Brooklyn wants to be a nurse specializing in diabetes because her life has been impacted by the disease. Brooklyn is training her dog Sadie to be her service dog to assist with her diabetes. She has 2 sisters, a Dory Klein High School graduate, Ashlyn, who is studying forensic science at Sam Houston, and Madison, a junior at Klein High School who is an expert golfer and strives to go pro circuit. Brooklyn's mom is an English teacher. Her favorite class is English because she loves poetry. She participates in many activities at Dory, including Warriors for Christ and Theater Club. Her goal this year is to make the Dory pentathlon team. Brooklyn wants to attend Texas A&M and has already toured the campus. Brooklyn Freeman.
There we go.
Now we have Mrs. Mandy Lamb.
I have the pleasure to introduce Darylyn Anson to you all. We are so fortunate to have Miss Darylyn Anson on the Warrior team. She has served 37 years in education, 36 of those serving in Klein ISD, and 1 year in Tianjin, China. She served 7 years at Strzok and has spent the last 28 at Dory. Darylyn has been instrumental in preparing our faculty to be a one-to-one campus this year by conducting multiple trainings on every facet of Google education. She also has implemented and shared Profile of a Learner lessons to be presented during our Pride Time. Ms. Anson has also refined our Pride Time to provide organized pullouts, enrichment, homework help, and interventions school-wide. Ms. Anson taught history for 33 years, ESL for 1 year, and has served as our ISS teacher for 3 years. She studied history at Lamar University. Ms. Anson is a Promise to Purpose investor. Her expertise and training has allowed others to tailor learning for each student's strength, need, and passion. Ms. Darylyn Anson.
Kate, that is a lot of cupcakes. But what I admire so much is your servant heart and care for other people. And thank you for what you have done to facilitate that part of our relief effort right here in our community. So congratulations on that. I'll take that with sticky also. Like that. And Brooklyn, you have been given a gift and you are using it. I much admire that. And you two girls both know where you want to go to college, so you are focused and ready. Congratulations. And Ms. Anson, I'm glad we got you from China. But thank you for what you do every day for every student and to carry our mission forward. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. President, we also have a couple of administrative introductions to make. I'm going to start with our Chief Financial Officer, Daniel Schaefer. So Dan, you want to introduce your guests?
Yes, I'm fortunate enough to have a few family members join me tonight. My wife, Shannon Schaefer, of 21 years. She's put up with a lot.
Oh, that's right.
My daughter, Katie Schaefer, she's a junior at Klein Collins.
Careful.
immediately joined after the first day of school, was on the tennis court, second day of school playing a match, so she jumped right into action.
Good job,
Also
Katie.
have my niece with me, Riley Parker. Thank you for joining us. And I think there's a few members from finance. I don't know if they're to support me or just.
Let's just go with that. Let's go with that. Always a big hand for our finance team. Welcome, Dan. We also have Karen Allman, who's here, our Executive Director of Benefits, Compensation, Compliance, and Risk Management Services. It's a mouthful. Karen.
My family, one neighbor was joining my son's a coach at Lamar. So
That's right. That's right. There you go.
But I do have Bruce Berry, who's my Director of Risk Management here. Just want me and my other friends and coworkers from
right.
HR just really excited to be here.
Let's give Karen a hand. Thank you, Karen. Welcome. All right, Judy Ramato, will you please present our Alumni Award?
Dr. Champion, President Pilkington, members of the board, Ms. Spalding, and guests. I'm pleased to provide you with some highlights about this month's alumni honoree, Dahania Hunt, nominated by Georgianne Reitmeyer. According to Ms. Reitmeyer, Dahania was a born leader, cheerleader, and encourager, and it only takes a brief encounter with her to see these words come to life. As a 1989 Klein Forest graduate, Dahania excelled in academics, athletics, dance, and cheerleading. She began cheering at Klein Intermediate, and then she cheered for Klein Forest, and it is no surprise to learn that she was also chosen to cheer at West Point. Ms. Reitmeyer says that those in Klein who knew her enjoyed the West Point sidelines as much as the game itself. Knowing her purpose after graduating from Klein Forest, Dahania attended West Point, receiving her Bachelor of Science in Mathematical Sciences, and went on to earn her Master's of Science in Applied Mathematics at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California. Her military awards and decorations are numerous, including, and just indulge me, because I'm going to go through them, because they're very impressive. The Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, the Meritorious Service Medal with 4 oak leaf clusters, the Army Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, and Joint Service and Army Achievement Medals. She was also awarded medals in both the Iraqi and Korea Defense Service. One isn't surprised that she also earned the parachutist badge. Not surprising. She probably did a cheerleader flip on the way down, right? Am I right? Yes. She is a woman who lives out her faith in serving both her country and others, and we truly appreciate her service. After 23 years in the military, Dahania retired and returned home, where she now fills her days as a pure barre instructor, ballet and tap teacher with Magnify School of Dance at Champion Forest Baptist Church, and is a member of the Magnify Dance Company. She brings joy to those she leads and excellence to her team. Dahania plans to go back to school to pursue a PhD in a topic dealing with math, dance, and education. I want to keep up with that because that sounds fascinating. Rather than introduce the many folks in attendance by name, I want everyone that's here with Dahania to just please stand. Isn't that impressive? And join me as we honor Dahania.
Being the humble person that she is, when I asked for the resume, and it took me a while to get it, she did not tell me the rank in which she retired, and I want to know.
So I retired as a lieutenant colonel.
A lieutenant colonel, oh my goodness. All right, and you know, Dahania, our vision is that every student will enter with a promise and exit with a purpose. And that's the educational journey and pathway that we want for our kids. Do you have anything to say about your journey?
Sure, yes.
I wouldn't put you on the spot or anything.
Sure, right? So first of all, I just want to say that this is my second time being presented to the board. In the 8th grade, Mr. Don Rather, my principal at Klein Intermediate, introduced me to the board. So for all of you students that were recognized today, keep going. You got big things ahead of you. And I would also say both my brothers were also presented to the board when they were in the 5th grade from Greenwood Forest.
There you
They're
go.
In terms of purpose, so there's a few people here that I really want to recognize, and I get a little emotional, but
We can do that.
teachers and administrators that have been a really big part of my life. So I am a proud product of Epps Island, Wunderlich, Klein Intermediate, and Klein Forest. And those are awesome schools, and I was so glad that my parents moved to Klein when I was such a young age. So first of all, my 5th grade math teacher, Linda Steinke, is here, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to go into math, because I was like, oh my gosh, math is so much fun. My 5th grade math teacher taught me math, and she has been awesome, and that was just from elementary school. And then when I went to junior high, Val Ludiker was my cheerleader sponsor. At the time, she wasn't Val Ludiker, but so that was at Wunderlich. And then when I went into the 9th grade, my biology teacher, Dr. Janice Taylor, is here. And she holds a really special place in my heart because actually she has been the only African-American teacher that I've ever had, which is a very interesting statistic. But, you know, when I first went to her class, my mom's like, oh, you have a black teacher? Oh my gosh, this is good. But she has been such a great example for me to follow. And also from her, one of the reasons why I want to continue my education, because it's pretty cool to say Dr. Taylor. And then my coach from track, Coach Whitaker. And then he's gone on to be the principal and all that, but he was my track coach in the 9th grade and just kind of inspired me to keep going. So the educators that Klein has in their district are awesome, and they continue to care about students. And for the purpose, what purpose that it gave me was a purpose of service, to serve my country, to serve my community. And then, of course, I can't leave out my parents because they're the biggest reason why I have that sense of service. And so one of the things that my parents put when we were growing up, and Wesley can attest to this, we had this big whiteboard. And on the board it said, God plus education equals success. And that was one of the things that we went every day. We'd see that on the board. And then, of course, underneath that was all of our chores that we had to do. But it started out with, you know, God first, then education, success. Okay, now go do your work. But Klein is an awesome district. And I am really happy to be back in the area for however long that's going to be. But one of my purposes is to work for this community and also work for this district some kind of way. So,
We love you. Wow. So, Judy, go ahead. Let's have the TASB, is this the Media Honor Roll? Yes, Media Honor Roll.
Stand Up
Award.
for
Stand
Texas
Up for
Public
Texas
Schools.
Public? That's
Yes.
right.
So every month, Klein nominates someone to represent us as a TASB Stand Up for Texas Public School honoree. And this month, it's Northwest Assistance Ministry, which we call NAM. And NAM is a nonprofit, community-based social service agency that strives to meet basic human needs. Their motto is Neighbor Helping Neighbor, and they have served the North and Northwest areas of Harris County since 1983. NAM provides assistance in areas such as food, shelter, health, education, and domestic violence awareness. In the last fiscal year, NAM touched the lives of more than 114,000 people through its many programs and services. Carol Little is NAM's CEO, and she's with us tonight. She shared that NAM is very proud of the long-standing partnership with Klein ISD to meet the basic needs of families in need. NAM provided provides back-to-school supplies every year, including shoes for kindergartners and school uniforms for first and second grade students, along with holiday meals and gifts to over 2,000 Klein families in the Klein ISD service area. NAM volunteers have been there for Klein families during natural disasters, including Hurricanes Katrina and Ike, the floods of April and May of 2016, and most recently, the devastation left by Hurricane Harvey. In addition to providing daily assistance to many of our Klein families, NAM also offers a wonderful opportunity for our students, staff, and parents to give back. Over 550 individuals living in Klein have volunteered at NAM over the past 2 years, and that doesn't include the numbers that served during Harvey. You can find 16 to 20 Klein and Klein Forest High School students volunteering each week at the NAM Resale Center. Retired Klein ISD employees distribute toys during the NAM annual toy drive for the last 25 years. This is a really interesting story. The very first client served by the Homes for School Children program was then a Klein ISD employee with a middle school age son who became homeless due to domestic violence. NAM was able to rapidly rehouse her within the district. She was able to maintain her employment, and her son did not have to transfer to a different school. Within a year, after receiving a raise, she no longer needed the NAM housing voucher, as she could now afford the apartment on her own. While the information that has been shared is powerful, it is only a brief snapshot of the tremendous services that NAM provides to the Klein and surrounding areas. We are truly grateful for the work of the NAM leadership and their many volunteers for making a difference each and every day. It is our privilege to recognize and honor Carol Little and NAM for their unstoppable commitment and service-driven devotion to those in need. Carol, please accept this award as our thanks for living into our vision by providing hope and promise to our students so they can exit Klein with a purpose.
All I want to say is I forgot to bring the photo that's in my desk of this young lady
Young, I like this.
who was wearing a Cypress Woodlands Junior Forum pinafore, volunteering in my pantry with the first executive director of Northwest Assistance Ministries. So service is #1 at Klein ISD. And for NAM, we think it's the best school district in Texas. We love you.
Next up, we have Judy is going to introduce American Heart Association.
It's my distinct pleasure to introduce guests from the American Heart Association. We have with us Samantha Fuel Nunez, the VP of the Youth Market, and she is joined by Kim Adams, the Senior VP, and Amy Newman, the Regional VP. And joining them tonight are Klein ISD employees Tammy Cummings, the Wellness Director, and Darby Young, the District Athletic Director. And I'm going to turn it over to Samantha.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. So thank you so much. Does that help?
Okay, there we go. So last summer we had the honor to meet with Dr. Champion last year to find ways to bring the mission of the American Heart Association to Klein ISD. And we met with him, and he loves our program and has been very supportive over the years in, as being a superintendent. But we worked with no Klein ISD students through the Jump Rope and Hoops for Heart program, so none of the schools had participated before. And so we asked him, what's the best way to, get these schools engaged? And he pointed us in the direction of Darby Young and asked us to meet with him to find ways to get these schools involved. And so we got to meet with him, and he set up a meeting for us to present the program to the Jump Up for Heart school, to the Klein ISD schools, and we had 15 elementary schools sign up to participate in our program and complete the Jump Up for Heart and Hoops for Heart program, which was a huge impact to the students and also to their families as well. So we're very appreciative of that. We also wanted to find ways to really engage the staff through our health and wellness initiatives at the Heart Association. And so we have programs like the Heart Walk where families can come out and walk for free and participate in that program. But we also have our Check Change Control program where staff can get their blood pressure screenings regularly and kind of, monitor how their blood pressure is going throughout the 12-week period. And we also worked with them through our Go Red for Women program. And so the person that he pointed us to do that with was Tammy. And she was excellent at helping us get these staff engaged and really impact those people in your district. And so a big thank you to both of them. And so we have a certificate for Tammy coming. And one for Jarvie. And I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the schools that actually completed Jump Up for Heart, the very first schools in Klein ISD's history to do the program. So Benford Elementary, Brill Elementary, Epps Island Elementary, Corville Elementary, Cunley Elementary, Middlestad Elementary, Neach Elementary, Zwink. Oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this one. Bernshausen, did I say that right? We try. Island Elementary, Frank, Cron, McDougall, Mueller, and Northampton. So if we all can just clap for those schools that participated in bringing that program, the very first school. And a thank you to Dr. Chamey for helping us bring this program in. And just, I wanted to special note for you guys. We were watching as Harvey was impacting this community, and we were just heartbroken to see some of the devastation that happened in some of the schools that were impacted. And so this year, we have reached out to your district leadership to find ways to help rebuild those PE programs that have been impacted. And so tomorrow we're actually going to be at Lem Elementary helping them rebuild their PE program and get some much needed equipment to those schools so those kiddos can get active again in their schools. So yes, thank you. Sure.
This is for there you go. I feel like I should be in the middle.
Right, come on.
Me? Okay. All right, we'll figure this out. Right here. All right, thank you so much.
All right. So at this point of our meeting, actually, we're going to have our intermission. This will give you, the audience, a chance to meet with the trustees. If you'd like to line up my left, your right, the podium, the trustees will line up in the front here and just have a chance to say thank you. So we'll continue now with our meeting with the citizen inquiry. Do we have any inquiries, Mr. Anderson?
None.
Okay. So if not, we will continue the meeting with our update on Hurricane Harvey. Dr. Champion.
So wanted to bring an update on Hurricane Harvey, several items. We're actually going to start with a quick video that our excellent communications team put together. Hello, Klein ISD community. I'm standing here at the Klein Multipurpose Center, one of our shelters. Wanted to give a quick update on a couple of things. We're opening 4 community feeding sites. Those are open for anybody in the community, and so thank you to our food services team who put that together very quickly because we want to be able to support our community in any way that we can. Elementary took in about 6 to 8 inches of water. And so it's going to be closed for a while as we remediate the school and get it fixed up and completely safe for everybody to come in. But I'm happy to report that we're going to be able to move the school completely over to Klein High School.
And what?
It has been an amazing thing to watch Promise to Purpose become action throughout our community. On behalf of all of us in the Klein ISD community, thank you for all that you continue to do.
All right.
We, in as you saw a number of things that we rallied around as a school district and as a community, whether opening shelters or having places for folks to eat. It was remarkable, and the community response has been incredible. We put this item on the agenda just to give you a quick update on a couple of things. We continue to work with our insurance company. As y'all know, Lim Elementary was covered by flood insurance, so kudos to all folks who were involved in that decision. And so we're continuing to work with those guys. We continue to work with FEMA in a very direct way on a number of areas of impact. And speaking of areas of impact, as y'all know, we crossed more than 53,000 students in Klein ISD, and one of the questions that we sometimes get is, like, how many students have we gotten because of Harvey? Well, our latest numbers are about 116 new students due to Harvey displacement. 236, this is interesting, 236 students are now considered homeless because of Harvey. This time last year, we were in the double digits in that. So that is something that we continue to watch and support our students in the face of this. We had several hundred teachers and other educators impacted, and lots of kids impacted. But what was amazing, not just the community response, but whenever we opened, last week. Was that last week? Whenever that was, yeah. When we opened, yes, it was last week. That's right. We had those first 3 days. We had right around 97% attendance from our students, and Lim, that first day Lim opened on Thursday, was at over 98% attendance from our students. And so just a remarkable tribute of resiliency, that's right, and moving things forward. And then the community support that we've received, not just some of those pictures of mucking out houses and retailers providing backpacks and clothing, but things like we had teachers designing T-shirts and selling those, and then they wanted the proceeds to go to families. And so our great partners at Bridging for Tomorrow helped us make sure that is moving forward. We had, as you know, we have an ability for folks to make donations directly to Klein ISD to support, and that is we have received over $27,000 of support from our community just to support whatever the need is in the school district. It's remarkable. And then lastly, our amazing community, yes, but also the community within our schools. I'm so appreciative of the resolutions that we have on the agenda tonight, as we have these essential personnel who are doing crazy things like the Lim teachers moving all of their stuff, Robert's folks delivering these giant boxes and them having to go and then move in the middle of this crazy weather. And so just on behalf of all the district, we're so appreciative of all the people who gave up so much to keep people safe, to ensure that transitions were as smooth as possible, and to make sure that we were. Wanda Bamberg, the superintendent in Aldine, had a statement that I just loved. When the floodwaters started rising, where people came were to the steps of the schoolhouse. And we lived into and leaned into that as a school district, and I was just so proud of all that this district and this community has done in the face of Hurricane Harvey. We have one more quick. It's a less than a minute video of a thank you to our community. We're going to close with that video. Yes. And if not, then Denise is going to sing a thank you to everyone. So it's really a win any way you slice it. Is there not one? That's all right. It's all good. We're going to push that. We're going to push that video out. It's okay. We're going to push that video out to the community, and it is simply a heartfelt thank you on behalf of all of us in Klein ISD. Are there any questions that we can answer? We have the team around who was so instrumental in making all this happen.
I just thank you for your leadership to jump right in and get that started, to respond so quickly.
Of course.
So,
of course,
thank
there was
you.
a great team who, I mean, Robert gets this call that says we need to open a shelter, and so he manages to get to the MPC, and the sheltering began, and we ended up sheltering literally hundreds of folks. At one point, the Texas Children's Hospital called and said, "Hey, we may need a place for folks." And what I love about Klein ISD, the response was, "Let's go. We'll make it work." And so, just to be 100% clear, the shelters specifically were all run by Klein ISD. There was no Red Cross involved. They did show up a couple of times, like.
To learn how.
I honestly, they did show up a couple of times, but it wasn't to take over running of the shelter. And we did have a couple of health inspectors from Harris County who managed to make time to do some inspections of the shelters. But it was Klein ISD through and through, and I can tell you, you could never be more proud than when you saw the MPC or over at Klein Oak High School and everyone jumping in to make that happen. It was just amazing. Any other questions?
I think this goes back to what Georgianne said. This is just the leadership that you're putting in this district, and I just appreciate it so very much.
Well, thank you. That's very kind, and it's also just the amazing people who are here, who are doing this work. So for sure, and we're good. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, the first item for consideration and approval is a resolution creating leave availability for certain employees regarding Hurricane Harvey displacement, loss of home. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Next, we have the approval of a resolution in accordance with Board Policy DEA Local authorizing pay for certain employees, Lem, Klein Kane, nurses, who performed work during Hurricane Harvey and recovery period. May I have a motion?
I so move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Next item is the approval project initiation for Lem Elementary Restoration Project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Next is the approval of project initiation for the 2018 roofing project.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. And we'll now consider approval of project initiation for the Earhart Elementary Storm Sewer Replacement and Student Service Center Parking Lot Addition projects.
I so move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Next item is the approval of the schematic design for the Fox Site Elementary School project.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. I'll use this as a segue to the question. And I'll ask Brett or Robert, did we have any other schools that came close to flooding that may have had some idiosyncratic problems, like, too small of a storm sewer or something that we may have to address over time?
No, sir, we didn't have any that were in danger of flooding. We have two other schools that are in flood zones that are covered by flood insurance, Metzler Elementary and French Elementary. French, it got up to, I believe, the front sidewalk. Metzler, it barely got through the fence from Meyer Park. So neither one of them were in danger, and the water drained very well at all the others.
Thank you.
Metzler through Meyer Park?
No, did I say Metzler?
Yes,
I meant Middlestadt.
Middlestadt, okay.
Middlestadt, I'm sorry.
I thought that was a new Greek.
It was an M Elementary.
He was just testing you.
That's right. Well
You
done.
got me.
Any additional discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Next, we have the approval of schematic design development work for Howdy Elementary and Niche Elementary track additions. May I have a motion?
Make that motion?
Second? May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. The next item is approval to grant authority to the superintendent to negotiate and execute the joint election agreement with Harris County for the school board election to be held on Tuesday, 7 November 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. So moving on to the consent agenda, are there any items that you wish to have removed from the consent agenda? I'll begin with you, Ms. Ratmer.
None? None.
Ms. Owen? Mr. Anderson?
No.
Mr. Simchak?
No.
Mr. Mann?
None, but I appreciate the questions that were asked about, that we received input for. So thank you, whoever asked those questions.
Thank you. And I have none. So carry those by consent. We're now ready to approve the minutes.
Vote on-
All those in favor, sorry. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0.
Just checking on you.
I feel like I've been here 25 years or something. We're now ready to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting on 14 August 2017 and special board meetings on 3 August and 31 August 2017.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
When Rick Mann got on the board, these were called hours, not minutes.
And they kept it by sundial. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Moving on to calendar review, please note the following events. On Thursday, September 21, remember to be the luncheon with George Couros. You may remember he's the author of The Innovator's Mindset. It was like known as the pirate or something like that. It's different. So Monday, September 25th, there's a board workshop to review.
Nope.
There's not one.
Oh,
Awesome. That's right. There is no board workshop September 25.
the candidates forum is set for October 3rd at the Multipurpose Center and will be hosted by the Community Impact News at 7 p.m. And don't forget to come out and support the Klein Education Foundation Golf Tournament on Tuesday, October 10th at the Glenlock Pines Golf Club.
And Mr. President, I think we have an impact representative here today.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Did you have anything to say about, are you going to be involved or?
Yeah, I can be involved. I believe Julie is going to be moderator asking questions, but we'll be there to be the time for her.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Timekeeper.
Will those questions be shared in advance, or?
I'm not sure. That's something I'd have to talk with her.
Yeah.
I can
I
come
mean,
back to you. though.
hadn't it been, we normally
No,
share
that's
one
only-
advance
that's only with Madam
question?
Hillary.
I don't think so.
Send it to Moscow, then it gets
Y'all
sent
do what
back
you
there.
want. We're excited. that y'all are
Exactly
doing it.
right. That's exactly right.
So we're now ready for board comments. We'll start with you, Ms. Reckmar.
While I was mucking out in a house, there was a group of Klein High School students who came and worked the entire day, just amazingly so. And one of the girls had designed a T-shirt, so I contributed to her fund. So pick your size that you've given to Beverly in advance. So I'm so proud of our students. They were invaluable in so many places. I can't do two things at once. Yes, I can. I want to, two things, is that I was very, very excited that football season had started and things were getting back to the excitement of kids and all that they do on a football field and seeing everybody come together and have some normalcy, I guess is the word. And then the other thing is I want to thank Rick for all of the mentorship and all that he has done for Klein in all the years. Now I'll look for my shirt.
Will you hold the shirt up so we can see what it looks like?
Oh, there you go.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, lots of great stories through a bad situation, but one that I thought was great was just the way that the administration at all levels would just stop what they're doing regardless of their own home circumstances, and just take care of everybody but themselves. Even responding to, stopping what they're doing, responding to a call, all the way across the district, just to make sure everything's right. So all the way from Dr. Champion to Chief Kimberly to everybody else in between, and just going 90 miles an hour, just tons of people going so many different directions, and working in the center of Houston where I do. You hear a lot of good stories, but there's things I hear at my office where other people have been flooded, and it's just, it doesn't sound like it has the same tone or ring to the stories of what's gone on in their area. So just, I feel blessed to live here and just thankful to be a part of all this.
Mr. Simchak?
So, couple things here. I don't believe we have anyone in here from the Cajun Navy, but there was a report I heard today, maybe here, I can't remember where, that somebody was talking to some of these Cajun Navy guys, and they said they love being over here and helping, but that they can't wait till they get back to Louisiana to get some decent food. So I read today on the internet that Boudreaux and Thibodeau were driving back from Houston, pulling their flat-bottom boat, and just crossed the Sabine, and Boudreaux's driving, and he hears a thump, thump, pulls over the side of the road. He goes, "Thibodeau, go see what I hit. I'll start the rice."
That's terrible.
I'm just wondering, and I'm not trying to add to the burden of the administration, but just that video, I think that might be worthy of a TASB or NSBA conference presentation on unexpected response, and then kind of fill it in with what did we do. And I think, well, I'll tell you one, I was out of town the entire flood and watching national news and local news in Northern California. And I was amazed in the local arena how focused the country was on Harvey and the response. And there was this, you could almost feel this sense that people in America thought, well, this is Texas, they take care of stuff. It was, it's pretty neat. So thank you to the Klein community for all you did, and entire Houston area responded. Rick Mann, 25 years, quite a milestone. James Wunderlich was a senior in high school, I think, when Rick got on the board, if the record is correct. It says something about the Klein community, the continuity, old and new. We have new people coming in every year, of course, but we have people that offer perspective on a rich heritage, as Mr. Wunderlich did several months ago, and as manifested here by my neighbors. 25 years, that's pretty significant. I'm not sure, I don't know, at the Gulf Coast, there's probably a few people that have served more than 20 years in the Region 4 districts, but not that many.
One, he passed away.
Yeah. Don't take that as a hint. Right? I was, I've got two more. I was just blown away by the Dehania Hunt story. 23 years, lieutenant colonel, just a go-getter. My God, the God plus education, and then take out the trash.
That's right.
Very simple. But boy, when a parent sticks to that and the kids respond to it, you could see, I mean, that's an example. You won't find 5 people in this country that could claim to that level of achievement. So that was quite a deal. I think she'd make a great public speaker. She was very impressive. And then just to add to the other comments on the flood, those of you in this room or that have friends that were flooded, our hearts and thoughts go out to you. It's not going to be a matter of just when their debris gets picked up and you drive down their street, you're going to say, oh, I'm glad that got taken care of, because we're going to see this residual in the case of some families for up to a year, I think. People have had to relocate, and then are going to have issues rebuilding, and then maybe not rebuilding in that house. So keep them in your prayers. So, and that's all. I'll pass.
Obviously, we've all thanked the administration. Thank you. Our Klein Police Department is second to none. They were everywhere on everything, and Chief Kimberly, you've developed a tremendous crew. I was sincere in what I said about this board. This is the best board that I've worked with in 25 years, because we can disagree and we can agree, but we all come to what's best for the kids. And I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you, Klein, for letting me. And I'm not going to get emotional. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Kind of, to some extent, it's echoing the sentiments, thanks to all the Klein employees, everybody that came out. But I just want to give a special thanks to you, Dr. Champion. So starting July 1, 2016, you came in, and I think you get it. Actually, I know you get it. You get it, what Klein is about. I mean, you've come in, you've melted. You've now become like membrane. You're one of the members here. Things that you've done, I mean, just even helping organize with the relief effort, just the team you're building, the new people, Dan and TK over there, just mixing, and my other fellow Chatterbox Jenny. But just everything, I mean, your entire team, everybody from top to bottom, just quality comes out. What we're able to do, able to keep everyone all together. That is just like really cool. Just, I mean, all the teachers, all the kids, just everything that they're doing together and where you're going for it. It's kind of like I said before, I mean, I don't even know necessarily where you're going, but I want to be part of it. So, thank you.
Bill, I appreciate that. That's right.
Even one more thing, Mr. Mann, I like you so much, I'll even give you a hook 'em horns.
Oh, wow, wow. I will, they will. They will. They will. They will. So you're going to get that to Nick? So, yeah, there we go.
Go to the front.
Oh my gosh, Beverly. That's right. We all say yes, ma'am. That's hilarious. All right, that was also a first in a Klein ISD board meeting, I guarantee. I guarantee. I have a couple of quick comments. First, congratulations, Ellen. It is an absolute joy to get to work with you. Thank you. You bet. Thank you, Miss Spalding. And Bill and Rick, congratulations on your pen. It's just incredible. This board, it's an honor to get to serve with you for the students of Klein ISD, and so thank you every day for the joy and privilege that this is. But I wanted to close with, make a quick comment about unsung heroes, people that other people just don't see. And as I was thinking about the hurricane relief and what all went on, and how this district has literally created that notion of a bridge to normalcy, Kathy, that I so appreciate you mentioning, and just how the community turned out and what happened. I looked up and there was somebody in the room who just exemplifies that notion that we talk about a lot as a profile of a leader, and the idea of thinking we, not me, and she does it in a very quiet way. And let me tell you this real quick story. So we know we were moving Lim into Klein Kane, and we asked Kathy Brown, the principal there, what is it that your teachers need? And we handle all the basic stuff. And she said, there's this one thing that my teachers love. They love these cart thingies that IKEA sells. And there are these little rolling carts, and just how cool would it be if we could just get those cart thingies. So you got to remember when this is all happening. We're not sure what roads are open. We don't have a clue how to spend the money to buy these things. But I called Dan, and he made one call to Lisa Turner, and Lisa said, "We'll go get them." So she loaded up her truck and I think it was one of her kids, and like a gooseneck trailer on her own, and navigated through the floodwaters of Houston, Texas, to go buy hundreds of these little cart thingies on wheels, hundreds of them, literally. And they got delivered, and we had a huge team of people assemble those things. And we happened to be there when they were just being delivered as if it was a normal day at Klein Kane Lim, as these things started rolling in, and the teachers were like, where did these come from? And so to me, an exemplifier of the we, not me spirit that is so unique in this school district. I, again, didn't plan on saying that, but I saw Lisa sitting there. And so, Lisa, I just want to say on behalf of all of us in Klein ISD, thank you for exemplifying our profile of the lady. Thank you.
Okay. That's
the conclusion of the public portion of our meeting, the Board of Trustees will now go into closed session as provided by the Texas Government Code in accordance with sections 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney regarding all matters as authorized by law, including board governance. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.074, discussing employment, evaluation, or discipline of personnel, including board governance, and including superintendent evaluation and contract. 551.076, discussing security personnel and devices. 551.082, discussing disciplinary matters or complaints regarding school children and/or school district employees. 551.082, discussing personally identifiable information about public school students. 551.087, deliberations regarding economic development negotiations. We won't have any other action when we come back out of session.
Time is
Thank
now
you.
8:45.
Meeting of the Klein ISD Board is back in session. If there's no objections, meeting is closed. 9:20.